The topic, Willie Gay. The question, can he be that linebacker that Kansas City could really use? Let's just get into it. Okay, so if you're one of my podcast listeners, you've probably heard Kyle and I talk a bit about Willie Gay. I sort of said that I'm not sure about the Kansas City Chiefs linebacking core. I think that is the weak spot of their team. And Kyle said, look out for Willie Gay. He's someone who could even end up being a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. We both kind of agreed that Chase Young seems like he's the favorite, but Gay could creep in there. And I thought this was interesting. To be honest, I'm much more of an NFL guy than a college guy, so I figured I'll dive into the tape of Willie Gay and really figure out what I like and what I don't like about him. It's kind of one of the fun things about, just being a casual college football fan is I kind of get to discover these players, on my own. As opposed to watching them play. But anyways, let's just get it started, and we'll start things off with this play. I love this play. It's a zone coverage play. It's cover 4, so 3 linebackers in the middle of the field. I think it's 2 linebackers and a safety, or maybe it's 3 linebackers. It's hard to tell if college, the numbers don't give anything away. But anyways, what you're going to see is that it's play action, and everyone is fooled, including Willie Gay. Gay got fooled on this one. And so, that's the end of it. I mean, play action, you can't really blame him too much. I mean, you're supposed to move in on play action. Maybe they moved in a bit much, but at the end of the day, you got to stop the run. And so, Gay moves in a little bit. Now they're going to throw over the top. So why do I love this play? Because watch what happens when I start pressing play. A receiver makes a move, and it's Willie Gay who runs down and knocks the ball out. I mean, that's just insane. The fact that he had the wherewithal to get down the field and the hustle to get over there quickly, that's something you love to see. And someone who has heart like that, and someone who has the drive like that, it's something that probably will translate to the NFL. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't teach heart, and he definitely has it, and he showed it with that play. I also like this play where it's going to be zone coverage. It's a cover 3 zone. You're going to have a player run over the middle, and he's going to get into the zone that Gay is in charge of covering here. And so right when the ball is snapped, you notice that there is a bit of separation right away. But Willie Gay is okay with this. He's not concerned at all about the fact that there is some separation right here. He's okay with there being a bit of separation because he knows what he can do. He knows how quickly the opposing quarterback throws the football, and he knows how quickly he can cover up and make that ground. And so when the ball does go in that direction, he steps in front of it, gets the interception, and returns it all the way. Again, it's a tremendous play. You could make the argument that in the NFL, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to do those types of things because the quarterbacks just throw the ball faster, and that's fair. But at the end of the day, I still think that it goes to show that, again, he knows how quick he is, and that is important. It really is. Although I do have to say, there are some negatives. I do have some negatives with Gay. I do think that the reason why he did fall in the draft a little bit, it wasn't just because, he only played 5 games last year. There were other reasons. None of them physical. I like him physically. I think that he's a first-round physical talent. I just think that he sometimes has some, I'm not even sure to say mental mistakes, but he just sometimes is a lower football IQ player in certain areas. One thing I mean is, he'll take poor angles. Like on this play, it's going to be an option play to the bottom of the screen, and there is an offensive lineman who's running over and blocking the other linebacker in the middle of the field, meaning that Gay, who I have circled in black there, he's the one who's going to try and run over and make a play. He's the guy who's unblocked right here, and he notices it very quickly. So he's trying to run over, and he's trying to make sure he makes this play. It's a 2nd down and 4, so you want to try and get the stop here. And force the 3rd down. That's the goal. And while this could be, the quarterback could throw it back to, the player who's behind him, or he could keep it himself. He's going to keep it himself and cut over. But I just don't love this angle from Gay. Watch how he cuts so far dramatically and just completely misses him, which allows for a much bigger gain. Again, Gay got there very quickly, and he nearly pulled it off. And so that's why he took a more dramatic angle. But he could have gone a little bit higher up and probably still made a tackle and gotten a 3rd down situation. And again, as I always say, just this one play, you can honestly argue, but I feel like I've seen enough of these plays when I went through back and watched the tape. You saw a decent amount of him taking poor angles, and I think it's fair to say that it is kind of a flaw in his game. Although, again, for Kansas City, I think their hope is that, hey, it's a lot easier to teach a guy to, run a better angle than it is to teach him how to run faster. So we'll take the fast guy. I think this one's also interesting, where very similar idea. This time it's to the top of the screen, but also this time it's going to be Willie Gay who's going to have an offensive lineman run up and try and block him. So that's the way this is going to work. And right when the ball is snapped, so you notice the lineman, he's running up in that direction. But for Gay, it seems like he just completely does not notice that there's a lineman near him. He has no clue that he's going to be getting blocked on this play. I think he feels as though he is still unblocked on this one. It just takes him way too long to realize exactly where his assigned blocker is. And by the time he finally does realize it, he ends up, face first on the ground, and it results in a big run. Not just because of that, but that was a part of it. And I do think that that's one of the things where I think that he has a little bit of growing to do in, he has to see more snaps, I think. That's how I would describe it. He's only 22, young guy. I'm not going to get on him too much. And like I said, he has made some good football IQ plays in the past, but he's going to have to work on consistency as well. This is one more example. It's a cover 2 zone. I've circled Gay and White. And then there's the halfback. He's going to actually run out, and he's eventually going to be a check down on this play. And Tennessee is going to throw it to that check down. But what's interesting here is watch Gay. Watch how he kind of, he notices eventually that there is a check down. At this point, he realizes the back is there and could potentially get the ball. But he's still so far away. Also worth noting, this is a 3rd down and 6. So even though he's pretty far away, it's not a terrible situation because, he's still 4 yards, the first down marker is 4 yards further than where he is. So even if they hit the check down, he should still be able to take an angle and make a tackle and not give up the first down. However, he makes a poor angle. The halfback's able to get by him. And that just can't happen, especially in the NFL. You can't let that happen. You have to make those types of plays 10 out of 10 times. You can't let them get those first downs on checkdowns. We'll say, maybe 19 out of 20 times. But again, he needs to work on that. And I think Kansas City says we trust our coaching staff that we can fix those things because he is so talented. I probably didn't talk as much about that as I could have, but his talent is fantastic. And if he can just sort of work on the mental game, I think that he can be a star. But I do think there is some concerns for Kansas City. That middle of the field might be a little bit rough at the beginning part of next year. Again, I don't think Kansas City's too concerned, but, I think things are going pretty well for them. But if you do have to try to find one hole in the armor, that's what it is. But even that little dent in the armor, it's getting patched up with Willie Gay as well, and could end up being a strong spot if Gay is able to be the player that he can be. So, yeah, that's what I think. What do you guys think about Willie Gay? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And, of course, as always, thanks for watching.